So I'm going to start this video off by talking about a recent article I read titled Creating Optimal Back Arch in the Snatch and the Clean. Now this article was written by Greg Everett, a coach who is the brains behind Catalyst Athletics. If you don't know anything about Catalyst, definitely check it out. I will link the website in the description. It is incredibly valuable knowledge that Greg is sharing, and it's very clear-cut and easy to understand for beginners. The article starts off by talking about the natural curvature of the spine, the lordotic curve in the lumbar spine, the kyphotic curve of the thoracic spine, and again, the lordotic curve of the cervical spine. Now, the term neutral in neutral spine means to have all of these curves maintained in whatever position the athlete is in, the hinge, the squat, etc. What neutral isn't, and Greg makes this very clear, is not a straight line. So when we're pulling in the snatch and the clean, we are not looking for the straight line neutral or even the natural curvature of the spine. Greg goes on to say that when pulling in weightlifting, the back should be set in complete extension, noting that the thoracic curve should be flattened and the lumbar curve should be slightly exaggerated. Now here is where the physiotherapists of the world really begin to freak out, because the neutral or natural position of the spine is now lost, and that certainly isn't good, right? These changes in the spine act as a hedge against the torque created by the pull. Torque that wants to pull your spine into a much more unsafe position with the loss of the lumbar curve and an increase in the thoracic curve, or that kyphotic curve in the upper back. So to me, this curvature is perfectly visualized through the lifting of Kolecki. Now, the video that I'm showing right now is in my top 5 of weightlifting performances of all time. Kolecki, at just 17 years old, challenges the best weightlifter at the time in Khaki, and he defeats him for an unbelievable 180 snatch and 225 clean and jerk. Now, before we go into breaking down Kolecki's start and his leverages, we need to understand that his positional strength is, by all accounts, elite. The bottom position of his snatches and cleans are absolutely flawless, and the posture in his pull is absolutely perfect. So I'm going to break down the dynamic start that Kolecki has, but please understand that I cannot really advocate any particular start for you if you can't hit these positions regardless of the weight that you're using. So please read Greg's article and watch 2 of my other videos, one of them about squat mobility and the other one about posture in the pull. There are very valuable drills in that video, and they can help tremendously if practiced over time. So all of those things are gonna be listed in the description, but for right now, let's head to the gym and talk about that dynamic start. By standing up with the barbell, taking the breath in, going down, and now we're in a really good starting posture. So how do we recreate that second drill, that top-down posture? So one thing that I pointed out before that Kolecki does a really good job of is he maintains that posture as he gets into his hinge position. So he almost creates this tabletop hinge position. He takes that lumbar curve, he focuses on pushing his hips back, slight bend in the knees. Now he goes and grabs the barbell. Already I'm in a better position, a better spine position. Okay, from here, he takes a breath in and loads his legs, his quads, until he's right about here. Now when he lifts, his hips actually end up rising a little bit, but that actually puts him in a very good leverage, at a very good position to create the best leverage in the further state of the pull. So basically, one more time, he takes his hips, pushes him backwards, gets in this nice tabletop position, grabs the bar, gets in his little, he sets himself up here, takes a breath in, loads, and finishes the pull. Now the same thing goes for the snatch. Okay, I'm going to put my hat backwards here so I don't hit myself. Okay, same thing happens. And Maddie Rogers is a really good example of this on the women's side. Okay, she gets her hips back, grabs that bar, and then she takes her hips down, loads them, just like that. Okay, now for some of you, you're still not going to be able to get that low back position that we want. Even if you're getting right here, you're still gonna be slightly round and it's gonna be tough to get into that position. So all we're gonna do is take the bar and raise it up a little bit. You can use blocks, you can use plates, whatever you want. And you get the same situation. Up to the bar, hips back, open chest, grab the bar. Now it's at a little bit easier position. Take that breath in. And up. That's all I got. That's the dynamic start. Thank you.